I introduced myself to Vinland Saga, of course. What else could it be? I know I'm kinda late in here. I only started watching it very recently and finished it recently as well. But I'm so glad that I didn't miss it completely because it's absolutely extraordinary. It's a wonderful anime. Put it on your watch list or start it right now, even whatever you want to do, really. But like, you should honestly consider seeing it. So, I want to go into details about my review slash my feelings about the anime. So, fair warning, spoilers ahead, right? Basically, the reason why I started is because I'm fairly confident that I was recommended this anime a while ago, but I was at the time I was watching something else, probably Frieren, and then I was like browsing through stuff. I found one other show, and then I ran out of the episodes there. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna start this one. And goddamn, I'm so glad I did because I freaking love it. It swept me off my feet since like episode 1 or 2 pretty much, because it had so much potential, but there are some elements, things that I'm not particularly fond of, so I want to touch upon them now. Basically, I've noticed that the fandom, oh my god, like there's this division between fandom, right? Because I've heard that majority of viewers of Vinland Saga, they started watching the show because of season 1, and season 1 is very action dense. It's like it has a ton of fight scenes. It's focused on war and politics. So, yeah, fighting is basically everywhere. Almost pretty much like every single episode, you get some kind of fight, if I'm not mistaken. But season 2 is completely different. And apparently, a lot of people were saying, like a few months ago or years ago, whatever, whenever it was airing, that they dropped the show because it became boring. But the truth is that the vibe of the season 1 was never intended to carry further, if that makes sense. Because if you were watching or reading closely, then you will notice that the episode that ends season 1, or the chapter that ends season 1, is called End of the Prologue, which implies that this is just like a backstory for everything that's going to happen later on. And that's essentially what it is. Season 2 is letting go of all of the violence, or rather, the main character is attempting to do that, let go of the violence. But of course, those are very troublesome times. You know, this is like Viking era, so there were wars, plunders, like rapes, raids, left and right, everywhere, right? So it's extremely difficult. Slavery too. But the main character, that's what's in his heart, kind of like he starts to figure himself out. I've noticed whenever I go to TikTok and I see some kind of like Vinland Saga edit, etc., I see this thing that drives me insane, and I just have to yap about it right now. In my opinion, Thors is such a heavily overrated character, it's absolutely insane. Like, oh my god, season 1 is essentially carried only by Askeladd. And Askeladd is my favorite character possibly ever because of how well written and how complicated and complex he is. Oh my god, the writing for this man has me like, he's given me brain worms, literally. So I was like, you know what? The cycle of life of a parasite is to find the host and then, you know, spread on to other hosts. So that's what I'm doing. I'm the infected one and I'm going to infect you, okay? This is alternative title of the video, gushing about Askeladd for however long it will take me. But anyway, Askeladd is one of the best written characters I have ever experienced in media, and I'm not even joking. Especially villains, right? Because, like, let's put some kind of division. I'm talking about villains. Askeladd fucking rocks. Like, oh my god, this dude is amazing. And you know what? If you are a manga reader only, you are missing out, because anime gave him so much screen time. There are additional scenes that were never included in manga, but they are there in anime. And it's absolutely mind-blowing. For those who have not checked out manga, I will tell you which scenes those are. Every single duel that Askeladd has with Thorfinn, except for the very last one, right after Askeladd duels Bjorn. So, yeah, you just don't get to see that in manga, but you do in anime. And oh my god, man. Oh my god, I can even name the exact moment in which my heart just exploded for Askeladd. Like, I know he's such a piece of shit, but he's, oh my god, he just has me in a grip, in a chokehold, you know? Another thing that I wanted to talk about, because I mentioned that Thors is very overrated, I throw rocks at me for that, I don't care. Very simple, very linear character that just plants an idea of what the story is, and there's absolutely nothing aside from that connected to him. Super overrated. The only reason that people like him, from what I've noticed, is because he's like, oh, cool, badass, so strong, aura farming. Like, dude, get out of here. Seriously. Like, honestly, if you appreciate the anime and you seek like action-packed entertainment media, that's fine, whatever. Like, gush about Thors, but objectively speaking, this is really not a very interesting character plot-wise, right? I have some issues with Thors in general. One of them is that I don't really think, maybe this is a hot take, who knows, but I don't really think that Thors is a good father figure. And the reason why is because you literally will notice, both in manga and in anime, that Thors somehow didn't really like spend much time with Thorfinn. Like, I understand that maybe it's because he was, a deserter from the Vikings, and maybe he didn't want like his past to be discovered by other villagers so that it would endanger him and his family or whatever. But still, I think it would be possible to start pushing some kind of teachings onto your son from the age that we get to see Thorfinn first, right? So I think Thorfinn is like introduced to the story when he's like, what, 5 or 6, something like that. And he, has already some beliefs formed. He plays war with other children, and Thors is like so anti-war, anti-violence, but he somehow is fine with that. Like, I mean, you know what? Like, this is hypocrisy. I really don't like Thors at all. He serves as an introduction of an idea that is amazing, and I really stand by, and it's like incredibly ambitious for anime. This kind of story should be a book, in my opinion, because of how ambitious it is. Because, like, normally anime, it touches upon some like societal problems, etc., but it's nothing quite as profound as what Vinland Saga is trying to do in there. And season 2 is just exploring those depths, and it's quite of disappointing to see that many people say it's boring, it's like this and that, just because it lacks mindless killing. Everyone is allowed to have their own taste. Who am I to tell you what to do, right? But if you find yourself appreciating season 2, then, So basically, Thors, like I said, is kind of a weak character, very linear, and the true father figure for Thorfinn is the explorer. I think it's Leaf, right? I may be mispronouncing his name, apologies, but mainly it's Askeladd. And the reason why I say mainly is because there are so many scenes within the anime where he's kind of like pushing him towards a specific direction, and most of the time it is manipulation, because Askeladd, more than anyone else possibly in the whole series, understands revenge. This motherfucker, as an 11-year-old child, was able to put such a convincing act that fooled his whole freaking family just so he could kill his actual father. This is a mastermind when it comes to plotting revenge. So he most definitely understands how affected Thorfinn is with all of the shenanigans and like him being heartbroken about the result of the duel between Thors and Askeladd, you know, all of that. He also, like, sure, he is a piece of shit. He uses him. He manipulates him because he knows like how much of an emotional turmoil he's in, so he's able to like wrap him around his finger basically. But at the same time, it's freaking Askeladd in season 2, not Thors, that shows up in like Thorfinn's imagination when he is knocked out cold, and it's Askeladd that pushes him towards the right direction. And also when Askeladd dies, it's again him giving him like profound life advice. And the reason why I believe that Askeladd is like his true father figure is also because of how Askeladd was impressed with Thors, with his actions when Thors was combating Askeladd's men. You like that one panel, oh my god, I can't. Like this is the second I literally fell in love with this bastard, because like when Thors says that he has to rely on a sword because he's weak, and then refuses to take Askeladd's life, Askeladd has like this momentarily breakdown where I genuinely believe that this is the only time where his mask slips, that you will witness it literally once throughout the show. His mask slips and he's like, why don't you command our band instead? Because this guy, oh my god, he's such a good character, man. I can't, like, this guy understands how the world works, but he still chooses to be a motherfucker because he hates Danes, and a blood of a Dane is swimming through his veins. Like, oh my god, how do you write the character so well? Seriously, like, my fucking god, I am in awe of this writing. This is like the best character I've witnessed in a hot minute, dude. Holy shit. I could talk on and on about Askeladd, and I wanted to throw in just one more thing, because like, again, another division that I've noticed, it's either that we have like uber Askeladd supporters and fans that are completely delusional, or actual people who understand his character. Because I saw like some absolutely unhinged takes being like, why do you hate Askeladd? Hey, the only bad thing he did is killing Thors. I kid you not, I literally saw something like that in comment section on TikTok, and I'm like, how can you watch this show and not see how much of a piece of shit this guy is? Like, sorry, but here are examples from the show that I will show you to understand how much of a villain it is. There is no ambiguity when it comes to his morals. They are just down in the gutter. This man is a villain. And I don't think I exaggerate when I say, I mean, it might be because like it's all fresh and stuff, but I think his writing totally beats Raphael from Baldur's Gate 3. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, Raphael is super interesting, and it's also like a specific type of an archetype, you know, like devil, so like mystical creature. But for more realistic characters, Askeladd, holy shit, a masterclass in writing a villain, twisted father figure, a person who's like misguided and full of loathing and hatred. Oh my god. Oh, I love this guy. Holy shit. It's all out there. Just go watch it, witness it, enjoy it, and yeah. That's it. Let me know what you think later, or what you think already if you had seen the show. Yeah. Okay, that's it. See ya.